What is up, everybody? Brooklyn the Wolf, Overton here. So, I'm not entirely sure what's up with my connectivity issues and why everything's getting uploaded so slow, but hopefully I'll be in a new place here soon and everything will be worked out and figured out because I'll have Wi-Fi again and be able to upload it as soon as it is available. Hopefully even start doing live feeds here soon. So the goal is to get some guest speakers on here within a week at max. I want to get somebody on this show. Then they can start sharing it with their friends and get some coverage and get people out and about and listening to it. And guys, if you're not sharing this with your friends, please do start. Like I said in my first couple, I'm going to run out of shit to talk about if I don't start getting some questions here soon. And I'm going to have to start re-answering questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do just that. I'm going to talk about why I go by the Wolf. Why I use that name. So, it all started a few years back. More than a few years, almost a decade ago. I think we were at a zoo. I think we were at a zoo the first time anybody called me the Wolf. Or Wolf Boy. Or something along those lines. It was something wolf related. But we were at a zoo, and I think we had stopped, and we were looking at the wolves, and apparently everybody that went by their pen, which still disappoints me to this day, these wolves would either completely avoid or stand there and growl at them. And I walked up, just kind of stood there, and they didn't do anything. They didn't walk away. They didn't growl. Just kind of stood there. No fear. No intimidation factor. They just stood there. Then they walked up to the gate and they just kind of rubbed their back against it, rubbed their side against it, like they were trying to get closer. They didn't want to hurt me. I didn't want to hurt them. And the zookeeper just kind of walked by and he said, "Kid's got some kind of wolf blood in him. These wolves usually want to tear apart anything that comes by. The first person I've ever seen that they don't want to hurt or ignore entirely." And from there, I just kind of adopted this mentality of, I guess I am kind of wolf-like. I have a canine mentality, a wolf mentality. I guess I never realized how serious that was, what it actually means. And as I grew up, it kind of grew into who I am. And I mean, my family, my extended family, my adopted family, the family I chose, we call ourselves a pack. We don't call ourselves a group. We call ourselves family, but more often than not, we call ourselves a pack. And I've just kind of been accepted as the alpha of this pack just because of my mentality and my mental state, and everybody that's part of this family has at least at one point or another come to me with something that they needed, whether it was help, assistance, advice, security, or otherwise. It didn't matter what it was. Anybody in the pack has come to me for something. Now, that's not to say that I haven't gone to them for things, because, well, I am still human. I'm not literally a wolf. I can't do everything for everybody else and all of my own things. I still need assistance now and then. But I have a mentality about myself where I'm not going to be concerned with my own issues until the issues of my family are taken care of. I mean, a wolf will travel hundreds of miles through blistering snow without stopping just to reach a safe destination for his pack. An alpha wolf will catch a kill and allow his family to eat first, even if they finish the kill without him eating. An alpha will protect his family against anybody that comes in and tries to harm or cause some kind of negative aspect to the family. And that's kind of how I've always lived my life. I mean, any situation where I was able to make a difference, I did. Anytime somebody needed something, I always went the extra mile to make sure it happened. And if I didn't, I only failed because of a time limit. It was never from a lack of effort. So, I mean, that's the general gist of why I call myself the wolf. It's not because I call myself a wolf. It's because everybody around me has always called me a wolf for easily more than half of my life. And, I mean, aspects of my life, things that I do in physical senses, is very canine-esque, and I don't like being called a dog, so people kind of learn to just call me a wolf instead, because it's not as insulting. Now, I call myself the Wolf of the YPR because, well, I've always been known as the wolf. I'm a part of this revolution known as the YPR, the Young People Revolution, Young Professional Revolution, Your Parents' Retirement, whichever acronym you want to go with. It's all the same thing. They all lead to the same goal. So I took those two things and I just kind of put them together. And maybe on a very minuscule sense, it had a little bit to do with Jordan Belfort's story being the Wolf of Wall Street. But not much. I mean, Jordan's always been a mentor of mine. His systems, his story, his life has always been a big influence to me, but never enough for me to realize that I'm going to base my entire identity around him. Because I'm not. I'm not basing my entire identity around him. I'm not basing any of my identity around him. The only thing I'm basing around him is my business approach. But I'm learning from him, so of course I'm going to have similar business tactics, business mentalities. And no, I'm not saying similar business mentalities and tactics as when he was a kid, when he was a 25-year-old man and manipulating stocks and using high-pressure sales tactics to get people to buy things that they shouldn't buy, just so he can turn a quick buck. When he was young, he had a buy or die mentality, and he's gotten rid of that over the years. He's changed. He's a very moral individual now. He won't do anything that's immoral. He's been clean and sober for 20 plus years now. Just training people in business around the world. One of the highest paid public speakers for business. Because, I mean, he's good at what he did. And he's good at what he does. Don't misconstrue that as he's not good anymore. He's definitely still one of the best. Hold on. I don't know how loud that was. But, yeah. So, I mean, my life, it's not based on Jordan Belfort. My name is not based on Jordan Belfort being the Wolf of Wall Street. My name, my life, my title, my occupation, it's my choice. It's based on things that have happened in my life. It has nothing to do with Jordan. Now, do I say... No, I take that back. It doesn't have nothing to do with Jordan. It has a little bit, because he was a powerful influence in my life. But he was also not the best of influences, because, well, he was not always the best of people. He is now. when I met him, he was a great guy. He had changed his life. Because, I mean, when he was doing all of the very, very terrible illegal things, I hadn't even been born yet. It was 87 when he first got into the stock market. When he first got on Wall Street, he was 22. He had just got into the stock market and got on Wall Street and learned from a guy named Hannah, last name of Hannah, went about his life, and the stock market dropped. He went and got a job selling penny stocks and changed the game. Took 18, 20-year-old kids, geeks off the streets, people that couldn't sell their way out of a cardboard box, and made them millionaires. And it got the best of him. Now, because I'm not learning from him during that time of his life, I have my own morals to hold myself accountable for. And Jordan is very, very moral heavy. He, even during his straight line persuasion talks, he goes on, hold on, goes on for maybe 15 minutes talking about something, and then he'll throw in, now remember, the ethical and moral about this. I can't stress this enough. Ethics. Constantly he's talking about being moral and ethical because he paid the ultimate price for it. He spent 22 months in jail, lost his kid, lost 2 wives over the process of ages 22 to 27. Friends died. Friends went to jail. He almost... I mean, he lost a lot because of how he handled his money. Now, what does that have to do with me being the wolf? Nothing. But at the same time, everything. Because he was called the Wolf of Wall Street because of his wolf mentality. And how he came up out of nowhere and became just as powerful as most Wall Street stockbrokers on penny stocks. And blew everybody out of the water with his talent. Now, me, I work with a health and wellness company, so it's not like I'm working with stocks selling multi-million-dollar deals. I mean, I'm not even really selling anything. All I do is consume a healthy product and share it with people. I mean, to me, that's the fucking life. I love my job. And like I've said before, if you want to know more about it, give me a call, we'll chat. And who knows, maybe one of these days I'll do an AUG. Just about my work. I doubt it, because, I mean, my work is very personal, and as personal as these get into my life, they're not very personal with you guys yet, until you guys start calling me. Until you start sending me messages on Facebook, until you start asking me some questions. Then they'll start to get personal, and then maybe I'll feel a little more comfortable talking to you guys about my work. But right now, let's just stick with my life. Why I'm called the wolf. My mentality. The wolves at that zoo. The zookeepers recognizing that I was the only human that they had ever been calm around. Not even the zookeepers were able to keep these damn wolves calm. They had to go in full body suits of fucking protective padding just to feed them, clean them, and clean out the cages. It was really hard for them to fucking have any kind of contact with these wolves, and these wolves just kind of were relaxed around me. And it almost kind of scared them that a fucking 10-year-old kid, 9-year-old kid, however old I was, God, it was so long ago, I don't even remember, just kind of walked up to the edge of the fence, and they were just calm. No reaction, no negative reaction, at least. And then growing up and adopting my family as we grow, my sisters, my brothers, adopting some people as my kids, fucking, of course, they're not actually my kid, but I mean, yeah, there's still some people that call me dad because I treated them like they were my daughter. It's, I mean, if you need a father figure, it doesn't matter how old they are, if you can find someone that gives you the guidance and